do master presenters do differently than everyone else? Hi, my name is Darren LaCroix and I've been on stage since 1992. Stitches, Boston, Mass. I started as a comedian. Now I give corporate presentations on a regular basis. And I've been studying presentations for a long time, and I found 7 essential habits that master presenters do that most don't. Habit number 1, master presenters think differently. They actually approach a presentation in a whole different way. They think at a higher level and have bigger goals for their presentation and never worry about how it goes today. They're always focused on how can I become better? How can my presentation become better? Perfect example, Craig Valentine, one of my best friends in the world, 1990 world champion of public speaking. The day that Craig won the world championship, when he got off the plane, he immediately went and bought a book on how to be a better speaker. That's the attitude. That's the master presenter attitude that we are constantly trying to get feedback and learn from each presentation so the next one will be better. Habit number 2, they put effort into the introduction. So many people just give an intro or it's this long, boring bio. Ugh! Who cares about you? The introduction is so important to set up the listening for the listener. So as master presenters, we have to put energy and effort into setting up that listening, getting people to want to know what we're about to talk about, get them into the information, get them wanting to want the message that we have for them. So we need to use questions to bring the audience in and let them know why they're here and what they're going to get out of it. They're giving up an hour of their day or a whole day. So why wouldn't you take some time and put energy and effort into your introduction? You want to have a little bit of information as to why you, yes. And I also believe in putting in one personal aspect to get them to know who you are as a person, maybe a hobby or your family. But put effort into your introduction. Habit number 3, master presenters know that you must connect first. The first part of your presentation is all about connecting. It has to be related to your subject, but you must connect to your audience before you can, in fact, present information or persuade them. If there's no connection, their ears are shut off. They're just not listening. So what do you do to make sure at the beginning of your presentation, you're connecting first? Habit number 4, I as a master presenter must pause long enough for the audience, not for my comfort. See, new presenters have so much anxiety going through their body that they can't wait to get the next words out because that's their distraction that they need. As a master presenter, I need to have the confidence to let my message and my story be absorbed. See, I believe that if I don't let them reflect, I can't connect. It's so crucial. This habit is so crucial, and I don't see it in new presenters anywhere. We need to build the confidence like a muscle. It's a pause muscle. In fact, if you see my World Championship speech back from 2001, you'll see me laying on the floor intentionally, and you'll see one of my feet, my foot just jerk, because in my mind, my whole body is shaking and saying, get up, do something, say something. But I'm overriding that with my coach's voice in my head, where my coach says, hold it, Darren. 1001, 1002, 1003, okay, now you can get up. So we as master presenters must pause long enough for the audience, not for our own comfort. Habit number 5, worry bigger. I recently interviewed Maria Austin, a professional trainer. And her mindset, she has this Maria mindset. She came from a customer service background. She brought that into training, and she realizes that it's not about her. We as master presenters must understand it isn't about us. We shouldn't care what people think of us. We need to focus on them and what they'll leave with. We need to not worry about how we look today. We need to not worry about, oh my gosh, did I have a pimple today? Or will I forget my lines? Or what will they think of me? Or stop. Master presenters look a lot farther, and we worry about 3 days after the presentation. What will people remember and actually apply? So I invite you to worry bigger. Habit number 6, get lots of laughs. Master presenters use humor strategically to get the audience to open their mouth so they can insert the message. See, it's not a joke that's popped into their speech. Newer presenters will do that on a regular basis. In fact, I get it as a coach quite often. My speech is great, I just need to add humor. We don't need to add humor. As Craig Valentine, my friend and fellow world champion, says, we must uncover it. We must uncover the humor within the situation. Steve Allen says, humor comes from the incongruity between the character and the situation. Now, he's talking about comedy. He's talking about sitcoms, situation comedies. We as master presenters must think story-com, the story comedy. We must bring out the humor within the story. We must find where the characters are uncomfortable, where that tension is, and then relieve it. Usually it's going to happen in the dialogue. But find ways. Humor is something that can be learned. But let that evolve as you become a master presenter. But learn it. Find out books and tapes and CDs. If that's something that's not a strength, it can be learned. I'm living proof. Habit number 7, crucial, crave feedback. Master presenters understand that as soon as they're walking off the stage from that presentation, what they're really concerned about is the feedback. Why? Because their concerns are more for the very next presentation. What can I learn from this one? What did the audience think? What did the audience feel? What did the audience do as a result of that speech or presentation? I want to know what they're thinking. And I need to crave that feedback to see what worked and what didn't work. New comedians, and I started in the comedy world, will always be trying new material. So as a presenter, we must also try new material. This past contest season, when I was speaking at a convention, I actually for the first time had a video introduce me instead of an introducer. I wanted to see how that would work, how the audience would work. So I stood in the back of the room to watch how they reacted. And I need to adjust some things. But it's all about craving feedback. You must want that feedback because that is truly the key to get you to becoming a master presenter. If you want to learn more about these ideas, each of these 7 habits, check out my Master Presenters Pack, where I teach you, along with other world champions, how to create that connection, how to connect with any audience. I sit down with my comedy and humor mentors and teach you how the pros make them laugh. What are those secrets that they don't want you to know, that it can be learned? And also the speaking secrets of the champions. Sit down with my fellow world champions and listen to them in your car over and over again. And what did they do differently to start aligning your thoughts with theirs so you too can be a master presenter? Just go to my website at presentation411.com. Finally, habit number 7.
It's humor. You should have done that on 6.
It's humor. That should go for the last one. I'm a professional trainer. And one of Maria's ideal I, as a master presenter, need to present. Number 4, take 5. Habit number 5. I don't know how many habits. I have no idea.